The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
Right. It's time to get down to business. With your help, Hamish and Andy are covering off on every topic in the world. And right now, there is no topic more important than
Trivial Pursuit.
Before you do a skerrick of work today, make sure you know all there is to know about
Trivial Pursuit.
When we talk business, we talk
Trivial Pursuit.
I'm Peter Harvey. This is Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch, and business starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Hamish and Andy back in. Ties are on. It's the Business Brunch, one topic per day for the rest of our lives, Ham, until we've crossed off every single topic in the world. Today's topic, Trivial Pursuit, of course. And Ham,
for one piece of rainbow-coloured cheese for your wheel, listen to the full hour. Rainbow cheese can, of course, be used in any segment of the pie wheel on Trivial Pursuit.
Ham, Trivial Pursuit, trademarked in 1981, sold for $15 it was, and the guys were losing $75 every single one they sold. They only sold a few copies that year. I just keep thinking, how expensive were the materials they were making Trivial Pursuit out of?
They used real pie. You won a piece of, and they had to deliver the pie to your house every day, fresh bakes, because otherwise they get sued for using stale pie. Then they moved to the plastic version of the pie that people now see on the Trivial Pursuit board. If you haven't played Trivial Pursuit, costs right down. Plastic pie is a lot cheaper than real pie, especially if you're not baking it fresh every day. If you don't know what Trivial Pursuit is, we're going to give you one song to go and quickly buy a copy, play it with your family, discover how many arguments you'll get in with your family with Trivial Pursuit, and then we meet back here, back in the Business Brunch, to spend the rest of the hour discussing Trivial Pursuit.
Straight after this, Hamish and Andy. I want to start with an email. HamishAndy.com/topics is how you get into this show, the Business Brunch. An email from company lady Regina. She says, a few years ago, I bought the Trivial Pursuit Bet You Know It edition.
Okay.
Yeah, good. I've hadn't heard of this either. In this edition...
but ironically, I don't know it, so already the box is smarter than me.
In this edition, you place bets on whether someone will answer the question right or wrong. Then you buy, with the money, you buy pieces of pie. She says, I've got no trivia knowledge whatsoever, but I've got amazing gambling skills, so I always win. She joins us now. Regina, company lady Regina, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Now, is this an official game, or is this kind of the one where, you grab all the money from Monopoly and decide to invent your new hybrid board game?
Bet you know it / Connect 4 Uno.
Yes.
It's an official game. It's real.
It's real. Run us through exactly how it works. How much money do you get at the start for gambling purposes?
You get about 20 tips, and then you just bet on whether someone's going to get it right or not.
But couldn't you team up with do you bet on the opposition's team, like your competitors, whether they're going to get it right or not?
Yeah, your opposition.
All right. So
if it gets around to like a real smarty pants at the table, everyone can put $20 on them getting it. So they've got to be sitting there going, well, I could deliberately throw this and make them lose their 20. Or I can't resist the urge to be a smarty pants.
That happens.
Yeah, you just start tanking.
My sister's great at that.
So your sister's like,
what a confusing game!
It's such a confusing game. She might, what's the capital of India? And she says Canberra,
the moon.
And then we know she's tanking. But so if you know someone's tanking, Regina, can you call them on that?
No, you can't. So
wow,
that's the additional game. I bet you're lying, and then you can use lying dollars to gamble on if someone's tanking or not.
Regina, you state that you aren't very good with general knowledge, but you are the best gambler in your family, and hence you always win. I wanted to put you to the test today, just to see whether this is in fact true. I'm going to ask.
All right.
I've got a Trivial Pursuit card here. I'm going to ask Hamish a question.
Well, what category, or do you pick?
Well, how about I go from the science category, Regina?
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Are you ready to go? So I get to ask the question before Hamish answers. Is that when you do the betting?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Regina, if you get this right, we might give you a Business Brunch pencil.
What's the term for opposition to an electrical current in a conductor? Regina?
That kind of thing I would know, Regina, or not?
I reckon you'll get it.
What makes you say
putting
that?
my money on you.
She's putting her money on you for the chance for a business brunch pencil. What made you think that he'll get it, Regina?
Because I know it.
Oh, wow, okay. Haim?
Well, I wouldn't count on that, Regina, but you sound like a pretty smart girl. Here's the annoying thing. I could tank to save us a pencil, but I'm pretty sure it's resistance.
He's got it!
Yeah.
Yeah!
You got a pencil, Regina? You're a bloody good gambler! Hamish and Andy supporting knowledge gambling through the acquisition and distribution of pencils.
Thanks very much for joining us, Regina.
No problem.
Hey, you go use your pencil. Are you at work, uni, school?
Yeah, I've just out of maths and I've got to go back really quickly.
Get in there, get in.
Oh, sorry. Well, we're just saying, go use your pencil. I don't know if you guys still use pencils or if it's on iPads these days, but, enjoy your pencil at school. Really show off in front of everyone.
Don't skip maths, skip science. You've got that covered. Thanks for joining us.
Know that.
It's Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch.
And one of the great characters in the playing of Trivial Pursuit, and a lot of people mention this. We had several instances of company men and women emailing in, admitting to being this person or to having one of them in their family or in their friendship circle. Is the secret question reader, the guy or girl that spends their spare time actually reading and memorising the Trivial Pursuit cards. In the effect being that they're freakishly intelligent during Trivial Pursuit compared to their normal average IQ outside of playing the board game.
Which is incredible because I feel that if you can go and memorise, 100,000 questions or whatever it is.
Oh, you take that point, you take that cheese.
You deserve that cheese because that's what learning is anyway. You're just specific learning.
I suppose the difference is it's sort of like Trivial Pursuit goes, okay, well, everyone's learnt millions of things and we're going to test them at random, not just 10,000 things, and that's all you know. You can't type your shoelaces or cross the street, but you do know what the French Revolution was. So, look, there are different schools of thought on the secret question reader. I also rate it as a bit of a talent, and I've had a go at it as myself as a kid because I just loved the idea of smoking everyone as a 10-year-old. It's one of those beautiful things where if you could be that person, I think deep down inside you would be that person.
Arts and history, or maybe geography. Throw 'em all at him, man.
For a piece of pie, don't be shy. I'm gonna make you say goddamn.
Here we go now. How is he getting these? I just wanna understand.
You kinda hate me. You wanna break me. You read the question that's in your hand.
In what year did the Red Cross?
I knew that question and I know the answer. It's all so easy when you play my way. Now I've got my yellow pie piece. I've never seen you so angry.
Woo! He read the questions and he learned the answers. Damn him. He's got them all in his memory.
Every night I dream of winning.
He's been memorizing since last May. Boston.
Sports, presidents, wars, charities, artists, dates, fun things, bad things, countries, borders, maps, religion, gods, languages, other things, trinkets, facts, other facts, always facts actually.
One topic a day for eternity. The topic is Trivial Pursuit, Ham. The board game Trivial Pursuit. But you can go in any direction you like.
You can whatever that means to you. If you are working at a job and you think it is a rather trivial pursuit, I don't know if you work at the sausage balloon factory. Maybe you just sit there all day going, in the grand scheme of things, This is dumb.
Yeah.
This is not helping anything. But I question actually because balloon animals are, they're an important part of society. Not the most important.
If you were trying to track down a guy called Gonzalez Trivial and you're in pursuit of him, that would have been an amazing email.
You'd be the special department.
That didn't come in though, Ham, but we do have the top 3. Fast biz from all the emails. HamishNetty.com/topics.
Number 3.
This one comes in from company lady Deborah Ham. She said, most people have a very old version of Trivial Pursuit, which I agree
That's true.
with. It seems like...
I think a lot of people think it's called the Genius Edition too, when it's actually the Genus Edition. Because I always was a little smug at our house thinking, well, we're playing Genius Edition, so I would probably be very good at the normal edition, even though I'm not very good at the Genius Edition. I don't even really know what the Genus Edition means. They all seem to be the Genus Edition.
I agree.
You can lose that from the packaging, Trivia Pursuit, if you're listening.
As a family, Deborah decided to upgrade to a newer version. It was all decided upon. We're going to get rid of the dusty old green box. And they were excited, Ham, with a new game, and they wanted to play it straight away. First thing they noticed, no brown wedge.
Oh, what was the brown wedge?
It's just been replaced in colour. It's now purple.
Can't say I love that. I know what they're going for there, the makers of Trivial Pursuit, because, the poo wedge, no one wants the poo wedge. Yeah, that might be true in real life. I don't know anyone that wants the or a poo wedge in real life. But when you're playing Trivial Pursuit, it has a certain air, because I think it was maybe science. There's a certain air of prestige about getting the poo wedge. Yeah. And now that they've taken that away from people.
Well, it could have even been arts and language. I think science was green, but hey, the thing she says is...
Still a tough one to get.
She says the purple's terrible because it looks way too much like the pink after a few too many Pursuit wines. Another issue for them to come into.
Number 2.
And this is from company man Brendan Perez Compton.
Oh, yep.
He is 17, junior company man, Doogie Howser-esque company man, Brendan Perez Compton, because he's come up with a brilliant idea. Oh, yeah. He goes, someday I'm going to propose to a woman by creating a makeshift question card where the question is, will you marry me? The correct answer will be yes. If she says no, then she doesn't get to move around the board, giving me a better chance of winning. So it's a win-win situation for me. The game either ends with me having a wife or winning Trivial Pursuit.
I like, even in the despair of her saying no, they both sat and played on, probably in tears.
Well, great. Well, then the next question is, did you really mean it, in regards to the last question? And just so you know, the whole deck is those cards.
Number 1.
The number one email we had, Ham. I really like this one. Comes in from a fellow called Something for Jimmy. I assume his name James. He says, look, this is technically more Monopoly, but as you said at HamishNetty /topics, you can branch out. It's relatively on theme, board games being it. Something for Jimmy joins us right now. I assume your name's James. Welcome, company man James.
Welcome. Good day, guys.
Can you please just talk Hamish through the email that you sent me?
What's happened, Jim?
I certainly can. So back in high school, I was playing Monopoly with a group of friends, and it all turned sour pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. We, myself and another guy who was playing, we decided that we would co-own some hotels together.
Okay,
so,
well, that's all right. In today's tough climate, sometimes it helps if you are going to buy a hotel. Maybe you want to go on with a friend. Have a lawyer do the contracts. It can get ugly if friends go into business together. But yeah, that's a great idea.
So the other guy playing, because I think there was only 3 of us, so that really put him in an awkward situation.
Yeah. They do call it Monopoly.
Yeah.
Not duopoly, yeah. So
that's right.
He was a bit upset.
So we went to the rule book, but there was nothing in the rules that said you couldn't do this. So then, taking matters into our own hands, rode off to the makers of Monopoly to try and get this sorted once and for all. And they wrote back, and sadly, the duopoly was not allowed, which, probably that makes sense now. But if you look in the rule book now for Monopoly, there is a rule clearly stating that duopoly is not allowed and that only one person may own the hotel.
He's got the
wow,
rules
the James
saved.
clause. You've got the James clause snuck in there. I love
in
the
there
fact
now.
that it hadn't occurred to Monopoly that, of course, if people gang up together and squeeze out the little guy, that's exactly what happens in life. Especially if it's like the battleship versus the thimble. The thimble doesn't stand a chance. That's why thimbles don't do a lot of business.
James, well done. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch.
See you, mate.
The Business Brunch, hamishandandy.com/topics. Today's topic is Trivial Pursuit. We do one topic a day, Ham. We're going to address a broader problem that we have with the entire show. Every business meeting. After this
the
next
least trivial thing we've ever encountered on this show. This is probably the most serious we've ever been, and it has to happen.
But what I thought I might do, Ham, is similar to on the cricket, where they sometimes give a trivia question before the ad break and come back and answer it.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Here we go. Andy Lee's Johnny Walker trivia.
Yes. It's an entertainment one. How many seconds usually elapse
Jessica Simpson.
before the tape self-destructs in Mission Impossible? How many seconds usually elapse? Well,
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
Ian Healy, just wait till after the break. We'll get your thoughts
I know.
then.
I know.
James
I know. I
Dandy's
promise.
Business
Look-
Branch.
Oh, my God, I know.
Before we went to the break, we stole something from Nine's Wide World of Sports cricket. Their coverage, Ham, they often...
If you're going to steal from the best.
They often do a trivia question before going to an ad break, and they come back and have it. How many seconds usually elapse before the tape self-destructs in Mission Impossible was the question. Haim, you were very keen to say that you knew this one before we went to the break.
Well, thank you. We got no calls, so I will answer 5 seconds, Andy.
Yes,
Lock
he's got
in
it, he's got it.
5 seconds.
Yes, 5 seconds is correct, Ham. We can put that aside now. Congratulations. Yes, waiting for applause. Haim,
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, you win nothing.
Can I have a mug?
No. Because that's the
And
problem.
that leads us conveniently into the most serious thing we've ever had to discuss on this show. As regular listeners of the Business Brunch would be aware, we decided to get 50 and only 50 highly limited edition Business Brunch mugs. They're a beautiful white porcelain mug. They have the Business Brunch logo on the front. They have pleasure doing business with you on the back. I have touched one. I have used one. I have loved one. But I am allowed because, we paid for Amando. So I think it's only fair that you and I get one. There's a few sticky fingers diving into the
Grumpy Dave
box.
tried
I think
to
a
get
couple of the local staff in the building tried to get their hands on them. 41 remain. They've been locked away. So many people have been writing in, asking for, in the best case scenario, and demanding, unfortunately, quite often, a mug, as if they grow on trees, when in fact they grow in factories at extreme minimum wages.
Hey, to highlight the ridiculousness this has got to, company man Commando Jones emailed in. About
we have just insane respect for the armed forces, but even you, Commando Jones, should know better.
He says, this is what it simply wrote. One line. On June 30, 1998, Vice President Joseph Estrada was sworn in as the 13th President of the Philippines. Please send my mug to GPO Box 2021.
He's given us a Trivial Pursuit question. No. I say again, no. You cannot. We've got people writing in just going, oh, hi, this is something to do with money. Not really. Can I have a mug? No. Don't bloody write in. Oh, Superman. I think my dad loves Superman, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, send 2 mugs to this address. We are not a free mug distribution system, Ando. It's not as if people don't understand how special these mugs are. Okay, we have 1,000 pencils, so they're less special. We've given out a few pencils here and there, and people are very excited to get a business brunch pencil, a bit cheaper than a diamond dozen. They're wonderfully good rates if you buy them by the 1,000. But Ando, we need someone to lay down the rules, lay down the laws of how you get a mug and how you don't get a mug.
How is it?
And it's not for you or I to do. It's maybe for the mug god to do.
Wow, yeah.
I will summon him now. Oh, mug god, mighty mug god, show yourself. Who is it? Oh, it's just us, Hamish and Andy here in the studio. As we talk down to you, are you in the mug god? Of course I'm in the mug. Where do you think the mug god lives? Right you are, sir. Right you are. Just wondering if you could give us the roughly 7 commandments of how to get a mug and how to get not a mug.
Is it the mug commandments, you see?
Yeah,
let Andy say something.
Yeah, let me say something. What I'm going to say is get on with it. Mug God.
Oh, insolence! Okay, mug commandment number 1! Those who ask for a mug shall receive not the mug which they desire, for asking is not the path to mugness.
It's a good command. Oh, lightning.
Number 2.
Wow, yep.
Have faith in thy correspondence, and the mug god shall distribute the ceramic drink capsule you so dearly desire through the mug god's appointed representatives on Earth, Hamish and Andy.
That is true. If you send it more likely, but if you send a good enough email, you will get a mug. That's what that kind of meant. But he's old.
Commandment 3.
I feel a bit like Moses here.
Yeah, you kind of are. More clean-shaven and less. You've done a lot less walking,
Yeah,
but I'll give you that.
A more contemporary version, mate. We've got cars these days and beards owners in. But anyway, go ahead, Mug God.
I'm the mug god. I know everything about drinking capsules. Commandment number 3. If thy first correspondence doth not a mug yield, lo, have faith, for perhaps thy next correspondence shall please the mug god.
Okay.
So you know what I'm getting at
Yeah,
there?
can hear. You just keep emailing.
So just keep writing in.
Yeah.
Keep emailing in. Number 4.
Can you skip to 7? 'Cause we
Thou
are running-
shalt not make craven images of mugs. I.e. do not copy the mug.
Yeah, we know.
Number 5. Thou shalt not kill, but thou shalt fill a mug.
If they get sent one.
Number 6.
Yes.
As a one-off, some of those who have demanded a mug recently shall receive a pencil.
Okay, but that's not for everybody.
Commandment 7.
Okay.
Commandment 7. The previous offer of Commandment 6 does not apply to future emails. Pencils shall only be distributed to some of those already demanding a mug, but not all. Conditions apply. The mug god has spoken.
Wow, he's disappeared. That's incredible.
He's disappeared.
It's all
He's gone under my baby chino, never to be seen again.
It's all we've got time for, everybody. There you go. That's how you
Did you write those down?
Yeah, well, actually, no. They were getting, when the lightning strikes, they're getting sizzled into the side of my mug. So I've kind of got the commandments, which is pretty amazing. I
need you to do a rubbing over it so we can put them up on the internet.
Okay, no problem. I can do that. Thanks very much for being with us. HamishAndy.com/topics. Your pathway to a mug or being on this show. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.